Sorry about that, guys. My phone shut off. Ugh. Um. So Deku, yeah, I know. Um. Deku, he doesn't. He's not gonna take. He's not gonna take the entrance exam. Cause I'm saying he didn't. Well, he didn't take the entrance exam, but people. Nezu, uh, he, uh, he says that Midoriya doesn't have to take the entrance exam, and stuff like that. Yada yada yada. Deku, 10 months go by training. 10 months of training go by. That's what I meant to say. And it's the time for the entrance exam. Izuku, he walks in. He says hi to Mike, and he says, "Oh, hi Kronos," you know, and and like people are like Kronos, and he said, and Deku says, "I'm a," he doesn't say anything. He talks with Mike, says how he's doing, yada yada yada. You know, he goes over to all the other teachers, all Vlad King, Midnight, all of that stuff. Yeah, Vlad King, Midnight, Aizawa, yeah, Principal Nezu, yeah, yada yada, Cementos, all of like the teachers and stuff. So you know, but some people like don't know who he is, and he's just walking up to teachers and talking to them, and it's time for like the entrance exam, like, not practical, but I mean, yeah, not the practical exam, the physical exam. So it's after the practical, yada yada yada. Deku, he walks. Uh, I'm saying that All Might leads him to the room, and some teachers ask, "Who is this kid?" And All Might says, "Don't worry, he's not a villain. He's an old friend of mine." You can literally say old, because I mean, what, I'm 20, but I'm 14. Because of time travel. Yay! No, I'm kidding. Zuko doesn't say that. He says, "Well, really, well, if you're going really by age, I'm 14. Well, I'm 14, but if you account for time travel, I'm 24." All the torture will unwind. So yeah. Um, so yada yada yada. All of that. You know, and Nezu says, "We still have your costume for you." And he says, "Yes. Sweet." Zuko did drop like some plans when, not when he was younger, but I'm saying he took like a couple art classes of where Izuku, did this. He drew this up, but instead of it's a full face mask instead of that type of mask. Stuff like that. Now, and Izuku says, "If you don't mind, I would like to join you." And Nezu says, "Okay." And Nezu does say, "So are you actually going to UA? Are you coming here?" And Deku says, "Yeah, I am. For real this time. Not for, not being the wanderer." Because some teachers are like, "What?" And, other teachers just sort of laugh. And they say, "Oh my god, I totally forgot of some classmates and like other kids called you. They called you the Wanderer." Oh my god, that was so funny. And other teachers are like, "What Wanderer? What are you guys talking about?" And Deku, he explains his situation to them. He's a time traveler, yada yada yada, all of that, all of that good cheese. So yeah, we skip to the first day of UA, cause Deku, he doesn't need a letter. He can just walk in anytime he wants to. Anyway, Deku, he walks into UA. I'm saying that Bakugo saved Uraraka instead of Deku in this one. No, I'm saying Kirishima did. Cause he big brain smart, but he not. I mean, he not big brain smart, but he big brain when it comes to I can't be hurt smart. Cause it does boost his quirk. If you guys didn't know that, all for one boosts. I mean, one for all boosts an individual's quirk. So yeah, if you guys didn't know that, so he's like really close to his indestructible form. If he just like hardened, yeah, he's just. I mean, no, he's not that close, but he's close to like actual like canon, like when the fight where he turned into his unbreakable form, he's like he is that he can harden his body to that. So yeah, Deku, he does all of that. It's the first day of UA, and Bakugo sees Deku, and he says, "Izuku, should you really be here?" And I didn't. And he says, "I didn't see you at the entrance exam." And Deku says, "Oh yeah, I didn't have to take the entrance exam." And Bakugo says, "Did you have to take the practical? I mean, did you have to take the recommendation?" He says, "I didn't have to take any exam. I was already, submitted here, what, 10 years ago?" And, oops, not 10. Whatever when I said it. 2020, 21, I don't remember. So, yeah, 10 years ago. Um, Bakugo's like, "What?" And he says, "Time travel, remember? I've already been here so many times, so I know my way around, um, the school, so, you know." And, you know, people hear that he's been, like, accepted 10 years ago, and other people are like, "What? How did you get accepted 10 years ago? You would be 4. And Deku says, "Well, actually, more like 20 years ago. I was accepted 20 years ago." He says that to Bakugo, and Bakugo's like, "20? You weren't even alive at that point." And Deku says, "Time travel, remember?" Oof. Actually, it was a pretty fun time for my 10 years there. You know. So, Deku, he does all of that. Ow. Son of a boy. And, other students hear this and they say, 20 years ago, he wasn't even alive. And he says, well, he walks over to the podium. He, before he says anything, he kicks Aizawa. You know, Deku says, "Aizawa, wake your ass up." Aizawa, he feels someone kicking him, and he says, "Who the hell is kicking me?" He opens his eyes and he says, "Oh, shit." And Deku says, "Aizawa, get your ass up." And Aizawa, he stands at attention. He says, "Yes, sir." You know, people see this and, they're like, "Who is this guy?" And why would, you know, Deku says, well, this is our homeroom teacher, Mr. Aizawa, aka Eraserhead. And, Ida asks, like, why is he standing attention to you? And he says, you don't want to know. With the evil grin. And, they see this and, they're like, ooh. And Aizawa says, oh my god, it's so good to see you, Wanderer. And Deku says, just call me Kronos, dude. Like, literally, we haven't seen each other in 10 years. Like, how is it that... Well, 10 years, it is a long time. Oof. So, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm saying that it was... It's 2034. He traveled back to 2020. He stayed there for 10 years, so it's now 2030. He travels 4 years into the future. So he's 20... So it's... No, he was sent back in time. No, I'm saying he was sent... He was 4... I'm saying he was sent back at 20... No, because it wouldn't make... So it would be 2046. 2044. Yeah, so 2044. He was sent back 20 years ago. No, because it would be 2034, right? No, because that's the time that he left. No, he left. Right? No, because he would be 4. No, it would be 2044. He is 2044 now, stuff like that. I mean, yeah, 2044. I don't want to do math right now, I'm too tired. So, Izuku's like, Izuku says, just call me Kronos, dude. We're friends. And Ida says, well, you being friends with the teacher, really, that's quite odd. And Aizawa says, oh shush, he's my best friend. I've known him for 10 years. 20, really, because, time traveler, oof. And he says, time is so confusing, and Izuku's like, I am the god of time, and even I know that. Well, he doesn't, yeah, he says, I'm the god of time, and I even know that. People say god of time. Well, yeah, Kronos, the god of time, the Titan Kronos is the god of time. If you guys didn't know that, how are you guys so dumb? That's basic Greek mythology, bruv. So Aizawa was like, can you please do your trick on me? I'm like not even feeling it today. And Izuku says, you owe me one. Oh, wait, how many do you even owe me? You owe me 20! I guess this is 21 then. And Aizawa was like, damn it. You owe me... And Izuku says, you owe me 21 favors, and I could literally ask for anything. Well, that's, acceptable by you. And I know what to do. Ooh. But, 21. Okay. Deku does sort of this time trick where the body feels like it got, the recommended amount of sleep. So, yeah. Aizawa says it's time for the quirk apprehension test because he's not as tired, and Deku says I obviously don't have to take it. And I was like, yeah, you're right. You don't have to take it. And like everybody's like, what? Why doesn't he have to take it? And Izuku says, I'm a time traveler. I've already explained my quirk to him. I showed it off many times. Literally, all time just bends to my will. How do you guys forget this so easily? Like, Jesus. Hmm. Yeah, sorry, I'm just sorry I like blanked out. What? Come on. 6 minutes. I got 6 minutes. So Izuku, that he doesn't take the quick. And he says whoever gets last place gets expelled. Mineta's not being expelled just because I don't want to. you know, it's the next day, and All Might shows up and says, "Hello, Candle," and all of them are like, "All Might, All Might, oh, so cool." And Izuku says, "Hi, All Might," and All Might says, "Hi, Kronos." I mean, "Hi, Wanderer," because it's sort of like a nickname that Deku doesn't like, and he says, "Oh, shut up, All Might." And people say, "What? You know All Might?" And Izuku says, "Yeah, we're best friends." I was literally. How do you guys forget this? I'm a time traveler. You know, and stuff like that. It's a time for the heroes versus villains stuff. And Deku, he says, "Where is my costume?" And he said, and All Might says, "Well, I didn't do this, but Nezu did this," and he just wheels in like it's like it's a tube with his clothing, and he says, "Ah, I haven't seen this. Well, I've only seen this like 2-3 times. It's been so long since it's been so long for you guys since I've seen this, but it's only been like a couple days." Sorry. That's better. Oh, sorry guys, I had. Ugh, I don't want to get into it. So Izuku, he does all of that. I'm sorry guys, I'm just grabbing something. So Izuku, he gets in his he opens the glass tube thing, and Kirishima says, "Whoa, dude, your costume's so manly," and he says, "Thank you." Stuff like that, and he taps the crystal twice, and they just see the suit go into the crystal, and they're asking where did the suit go, stuff like that. So yeah, sorry if there's a lot of noise, guys. I'm just grabbing something real quick. Hold on. So yeah, Izuku, he grabs the crystal and he puts it on his chest, and he taps the crystal twice. Yeah. And the suit forms on him with the hat and everything, and they're like, "Whoa, it's so compact." And Deku says, yeah, well, I mean, it's the suit. It's one of a kind. This is the only suit that's like this. Deku says, yeah, it uses nanotechnology. Nanobite technology. That's what I meant to say. They say so cool. Kirishima said so manly. Whoa. And Mom was like, how? Not even. I mean, this should be mass produced, and stuff like that. And Momo says, how? How is this even possible? Even, even the top scientists. Well, not even top scientists, but not even my family knows how to make nanobot technology, how to mass produce it, let alone at least make one suit out of it. And Deku says, well, it's sort of a mixture between, you can say, magic and technology. Well, not really, I'm kidding. It's complete technology. And, Izuki says, well, let's just say I called in a few favors. And sorry, I'm drinking a Coca-Cola. Not sponsored. But if Coke would like to sponsor me, please. I love Coke. Coca-Cola. Not cocaine. Coca-Cola. So, Deku, he says, I called in a few favors to make this suit. And trust me, I have favors like, pretty much most of the Japan. If you guys want something, I can get you that something. But you gotta owe me a favor. You can call me the Bobster. And I'm just gonna end it there, because my timer just went off. And I'm just gonna, excuse me. I'm just gonna end it there, because I want to do some stuff with next video about, Izuku with the battle, with the heroes versus villains battle. So that is goodbye, bye, my student. That's good. I'm gonna say goodbye, my students. See you next time.